Welcome to Sally Melodies classroom where we learn basic music. Today, I have a different unit that I want us to look at. It is not new, it's only that we left it pending because I wanted us to concentrate with the major chords and triads before talking about minor chords or minor triads. So this is the lesson. And this is our lesson 1 of minor chords and triads. We don't have much to talk about it because these kind of chords or triads, they are just there. They are not common. We use them, we mix them with the major chords to make the song sweeter, to break the monotony, but we don't have a lot to talk about them. We are only going to do something very basic about them because I still insist, let's use the major chords at this level. But if you can also be able to use maybe 2 or 3 of this, there is no problem. So, the minor chords or the minor triads, they also have 2 other names. You can call them secondary chords or triads, and then you can also call them auxiliary chords. You can call them auxiliary chords. So the opposite of major is minor. The opposite of primary is secondary. The major chords are 1, 4, and 5. We have been dealing with 1, 4, 5. But now we have others. 2, 3, 6, and 7. 2, 3, 6, and 7. But 7 has a special case. 7, instead of calling it minor, we call it a diminished chord. It is diminished, and that is the reason why when you write it, you need to put something up there to show that it is diminished. What is diminished? It is minor, and then it is reduced. We differentiate the minor and the major chords when we come to the Roman numerals. When we come to the degrees of scales, we give the major chords the capital Romans. But when we come to the minor chords, we give them the small Romans. And then for the 7th, you give it something there on top to show that it is diminished. That is how we differentiate. What can we say about them? We can say that they are weak chords. They are weak chords. You cannot compose using these 4 chords. You can't compose using them alone. You cannot write a song using these chords alone. You must have the major chords in order to insert these minor chords in between there, only to break the monotony and to support the major chords. That is why we say that they are weak chords. And then we say they are called auxiliary chords because they help support the major chords. Just from the word auxiliary. From the word auxiliary, supporting or helping or giving a helping hand. That is why they are called auxiliary chords. They have 3 names: minor, secondary, or auxiliary. We have said that they are called auxiliary because they help support the major chords. They help support the major chords. And then we say the best note to double in a minor chord. The best note to double in a minor chord is the third. It's the third because it is the root of the major chord. Because it is the root of the major chord. You see, in the major chords, we were doubling the roots. We used to double the root. But when we come to the minor chords, ensure that when you are doubling, you double the third, the one at the middle, this one. So instead of writing re fa la re, write re fa la fa. Instead of writing mi so ti mi, just write mi so ti so. La do mi do. Just double the third. Why? Because the third is very strong when it comes to the minor chords. Because this one, When you go to the major chords, it is the root. It is the root. It is the root in a major chord. Like for example, in chord 4, the fa is the root. In chord 5, the so is the root. In chord 1, the do is the root. So you are advised that in this case of minor chords, just double the third. In the case of major chords, just double the root. Why do we double? We double because we need the fourth voice. This is a triad. Do, mi, so. This is a triad. And you need another voice here. So you take this root and you bring it here so that you will have two voices singing the do and other voices singing the so and the mi. But when it comes to minor chords, you only double the third because it is a strong note. Because when you come to the other side, it is the root and it is a strong one. So if you have re, fa, la as chord 2, you just double this one. You call it re, fa, la, fa. Two voices will do fa because it's a strong one, and then one voice will do la and the other one will do re. That is what we mean. And then down here, I have written a pattern, just a rough work. I was trying to explain this point whereby we say that these chords are there to support the major chords. We say you can write, maybe this is your melody. This is your melody. You write chord 1 here, and then you come and write chord 2 and chord 3, and then you go back to a major, you write 5, you write 1, you write 5, and then you can go to a minor, you write 6, and then you go to a major and a major. So they can't be used alone because they are weak chords. But again, they are auxiliary chords to support the major chords. Just once in a while, as you compose, ensure that maybe in a certain bar you can use chord 2, in another bar you can use chord 3, in another one you can use chord 6, but they can't be used on their own because they are not strong chords, unlike the major chords. We don't have a lot to talk about the minor chords. That's all we can say. For the 7th, I have just set it aside. For now, let's not use it. Let's not use the 7th for now. We shall use it later when we start doing the minor scales. As we compose, let's focus on chord 2, chord 3, and chord 6. Let's focus on these 3. Thank you very much for joining this lesson. See you in the next lesson.